Hey, what up, y'all? You know what it is. It's not a podcast. It's just my thoughts with Markman, man. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Like y'all always do. Last night, J. Cole dropped a new joint called Port Antonio, where he addressed his decision to bow out of the battle of the big three, right? With Kendrick and Drake and himself. Y'all know me. I would have dropped this video last night, except I took my sons out to MetLife Stadium. They wanted to go to the Travis Scott concert. It was a crazy show. The whole stadium, the stadium floor, there's a football stadium, just shaking the whole night. Crazy. So, just want to kick it with my boys, man. Want to kick it with my sons, have that experience with them. I wasn't able to do a video last night, but I'm here early in the morning with y'all just to get to it, right? So I feel like we all knew this was coming. Cole was going to address this in the song. He wasn't going to do it in an interview because Cole rarely does interviews. He doesn't really like them, right? We know that if you're a Cole fan. He wasn't going to do it on social media because Cole is rarely on social media. Cole has always expressed himself through music and in song. And if we wanted to see how he felt about all of this, it was going to be in the song. I thought it might come on the Fall Off. You know what I'm saying? And as a track there, but maybe he's getting all this out the way and clearing way for the Fall Off. There was a lot of people, and I've been saying this. I made a video about how the Fall Off is the album that I'm looking forward to the most, just because of the perspective on it. That hasn't changed. And a lot of people were telling me, well, he doesn't have to address it. Cole's not going to address it. Why does he have to address it in his song? He doesn't have to address it. To me, that separates the real Cole fans from, I don't know what the rest of y'all are, but if you know Cole, you know he was going to rap about it. He was going to say something in song. Like that was so apparent, abundantly clear. So here we is, right? Port Antonio, we got it. Before we go further, I'm going to say this. I am not here to convince you, you know what I'm saying, that Cole is somehow absolved of bowing out of this battle. There are some people who will never view Cole the same after he dropped 7-Minute Drill, then took it off, might delete later. And I'm careful to use the word apologize because he never said I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? But he bowed out. He said, yo, I'm bowing out. I can't sleep at night. So I'm always careful to use the word bowed out. I know everybody says apologize. And maybe Cole meant to apologize. Maybe Cole did apologize to Kendrick in public, but he bowed out of that battle. He took 7-Minute Drill off the project, bowed out, said, I don't want no mas. I'm out. Y'all can have it. And there's a lot of people who won't view Cole the same after that. And I don't know if there's anything that I could say to change your mind. And I don't want to. I have no desire to change your mind, but we're going to talk about it because these bars, this situation is important because I don't think we've ever saw this in hip-hop history. So Cole's perspective on why he chooses not to engage in this battle after 7-Minute Drill, it's just a perspective I want to hear. We never quite seen this again. We almost had a 3-way battle between the three biggest rappers, the three best rappers on a commercial mainstream level, right? Because there's people, Ab Soul, King Los, Saha the Prince, Black Thought, Royce the 5'9". There's people whose pens are immaculate and crazy, but we're talking about the three best rappers on the mainstream level. So we never seen that quite before. It doesn't feel like anything we've seen before. And then for somebody to bow out and say, you know what, I don't want it. Yo, Doe, let me out the car. You know what I'm saying? I'm going home. We never quite seen that. So I'm interested in the perspective. That's why this is important. So first verse, Cole is taking us back to Fayetteville, telling us how he grew up, right? Young Jermaine walked the straight and narrow, minimum wage jobs for dinero, but still my mind was on the zeros. I fiend for the perks that was seen flipping birds, so we were skipping church, but my eyes was on the sparrow. And just flipping pies, spending thousands on the apparel. Shit, I want to shine too. I want dimes too. Jealous niggas want to know how my rhymes blue. Mono y mono, I'm bono. I'm you times two. You too. That's a cool YouTube bar. I ain't mad at that. Now I'm bougie. I done outgrew the fountain blue, but never forgot the spot where I developed my plot, the dwell in the top, the veil where my skeletons locked. So the whole verse is dedicated to taking us back to Fayetteville, taking it back to, J. Cole's beginnings and why he got into rap. It's funny too. He says, now I'm bougie. I done outgrew the fountain blue. The fountain blue is a hotel in Miami. It's where Club Live is. When you get into rapper mode, like it's a spot where all the rappers go. So it's funny how he definitely went through that phase. But he's saying I outgrew that. I'm not there anymore. I'm not in that rapper mode anymore. But never forgot the spot where I developed my plot. So, Cole's been through different phases of his life. It sounds like what he's saying. But Fayetteville, that origin story, that's still core to who I am. You know what I'm saying? Like, so he's just setting it up. To me, this whole verse is setting up reasons why Cole sought out to rap in the first place. And the consequences that his other friends face, right? The reality. So I've seen lifelong friends turn to devilish ops. I was Mike in red leather trying to tell him to stop. You better beat it for you see the heavy metal get popped. He was a mean ass wing with a hell of a shot. But if no team draft king, he gonna bet on the block. So, just painting that picture. The Michael Jackson bar is a nod to the Beat It video, of course, the red leather jacket. The Beat It video, there were like two warring gangs at each other, and Mike tried to be the voice of reason. Also, Cole was on the song called Red Leather with Future, but that just might be a coincidence here. I didn't really look into that, but, this is super like a direct bar into Michael Jackson Beat It. Cole telling his friends to chill out, him being the neutral guy, the Switzerland, the guy trying to stop the violence because he could see where it goes. And then this foreshadows to me where he addresses Dot versus Drake on the second verse. So it's kind of a foreshadowing. The Draft King bet on the block ball was super dope. He got a mean ass wing with a hell of a shot, but if no team draft king, he gonna bet on the block. I thought that was dope. Just crazy wordplay again, but like this is just what Cole does, right? So then we get back into Cole's why. He raps, you can't relate unless your father was not around and your mother went out and found someone else, then brought them around, and their salaries then combined. When they got married, they brought you out of that poverty. Then they moved you to the soft little part of town. So that when you back in the hood, you feel awkward about it now, and your confidence start to drown. But the rapping gave you some positive thoughts, and you jot them down. So again, the why, right? Like it's this insecurity. His pops is not around. His mom's gets remarried. All right, they combine their salaries. They make a little money. They get to take him out the hood. And then, it's a little, a soft little part of town. It's a little easier living. And then when you go back with your old friends, you got a little more than your old friends got. There's this feeling of awkwardness. And do you still fit in? Am I still like, do they still see me the same? Da-da-da-da-da-da. But the rapping gave you positive thoughts. The rapping gave you confidence. The rapping helped build you up. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, they might be able to say this or that about a young J. Cole. But I guess he was on the mission that, hey, if I'm the best, if I'm a rapper, like that's going to give me confidence that like they got to respect it. You know what I'm saying? That's just me putting extras on what he's saying. But basically what he's saying is the raps gave him confidence. And then the hook is, you ain't stopping me over and over and over and over again, right? So there's like positive affirmations. And so we set up that first verse is very intentional. I think is Cole reminding himself where he came from and setting up for the listener where he came from, which might make his reasoning a little more understandable, right? So on verse 2, because this is where all of our focus goes, right? This is what everybody wants to hear. Verse 2 is where he really addresses the shits, right? So he says, Benjamin Button, Cole flows reverse time to find deliveries as good as mine. You got to search primes. Good Amazon bar there. I'm scaling heights higher than birds can perch, trying to be something, hoping that peace comes to my cursed mind. One thing's for sure, that I'm matured from my first rhyme. I learned long ago you can't please them all, and it hurts trying. In this game where all you got is your name, like Dirk, I'm smirking that try to besearch mine. So Dirk, smirky up. Like, you know what I'm saying? They call it Dirk smirk. Cool little bar. But again, that reverse time, the Benjamin Button line, it connects back to, obviously, a metaphor for the movie, but connects back to the first verse, right? Like reverses time, connecting verses 1 and 2. He goes, then, absurd times where the fake get toted as wise. I can see hate in both of your eyes, but the third's blind. So you search lines, but you struggle, which explains the puzzle look on the dull faces the word finds. I hate what raps become, but not like do not disturb signs. Can't knock it if I see it's about the dough. They instigate the fuckery because it's profitable, but singers stop the violence tunes when dudes in the hospitals. To me, this is a commentary on the whole game. I could see hate in both of your eyes. He's talking to one person. You know what I'm saying? He's not talking to Kendrick and Drake yet. It's not both of you guys, both of your eyes. Is he's talking to one person. I can see hate in both of your eyes. You know what I'm saying? But the third's blind. So you search lines, but you struggle, which explains the puzzled look on the dull faces the word finds. I hate what rap has become, but like do not disturb signs can't knock it if I see it's about dough. They instigate the fuckery because it's profitable, but sing and stop the violence tunes when dudes in the hospital. This is about media to me. This is about the whole game, not so much Kendrick and Drake yet. This is about media. This is about social media. This is about the streamers. This is about the publishers, the different outlets, the podcasters. This is about media to me. Search lines. Videos like these. Videos like the ones I'm making right now where people break down lyrics. And a lot of times, you know, be it streams, YouTube videos, whatever. Some people are really good at it. Some people ain't so good at it. And I always say, I mean, this is my interpretation, but I always say only Cole knows what he truly meant. Only Kendrick knows what he truly meant, right? So, you know, we try to look into this, but there's only so far you can go to assign meaning for something that you didn't write. You know? So search lines, right? That's search lines. It's videos like this, right? Podcasts and you know, but you struggle, which explains the puzzled look on the dull's faces as the words find. Like you search lines, like a lot of people look for shit also that isn't there. You know what I mean? Like sometimes it's very clear. Sometimes and Cole's addressed this before with was it him and NBA? Was it on the Secret Recipe? I should have pulled that up where people was like, he's beefing with NBA Youngboy. Blah, 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 blah. That line was about NBA, and then Cole came back and was like, nah, if I was dissing you, it was going to be direct. Like, so Cole has kind of been in this space where he's talking about the media space, the bloggers, the streamers, the podcasters. Genius. Yeah, I know I work for Genius, but, you know, let's be real. Just looking for meaning with stuff that isn't there. Like he's like, yo, I'm gonna be direct. But to me, the most important line here is they instigate the fuckery because it's profitable, but singing stop the violence tunes when dudes in the hospital. Go back to my video. I did it last week, maybe the week before. It's called Drake versus Kendrick, top 5 threats and why media shouldn't instigate violence, right? They instigate the fuckery because it's profitable. I feel like we're saying a similar thing here, Cole and I. Is it likely that Drake and Kendrick would turn violent? Maybe not likely. Is it possible? Yes. The possibility is always there. Like the threat of violence is always there. Look at Young Dolph. We just finished his murder trial, right? Yo Gotti's name is brought up and implicated. I don't know what happened here. I'm not gonna sit here and be somebody's lawyer or judge or jury for you, but the fact is his name was implicated, and his brother, who rest in peace, and Dolph was no longer here. But so the threat of violence is always there. Look at Big and Pac. Again, I come from that era where Big and Pac died, and really seemingly the deaths had nothing to do with each other, but there was this whole East Coast West Coast beef perpetuated by media, this, that, and the third. Let's not act like we don't have examples of when these things can go wrong. Drake's house. In the midst of all this back and forth, Drake house gets shot up. Weekend's manager, Cash, his house gets shot at too. His security guard got hit. It isn't far-fetched. Now, granted, that's likely just some Toronto politics back and forth shit. Maybe had nothing to do with the records. I truly don't know, right? I'm just speculating. Or if they were even connected. Common sense tells me they were connected. I don't know the facts, but we do know that Drake's house was shot at. Weekend's manager's house was shot at in the midst of all this. So let's not act like it can't go there. This isn't far-fetched. So, you know, let's not act like Cole is crazy for saying this. So here comes Cole's why. I pulled the plug because I seen where that was about to go. They wanted blood. They wanted clicks to make their pockets grow. They see this fire in my pen and think I'm dodging smoke. I wouldn't have lost the battle, dog. I would have lost the bro. I would have gained the foe, and all for what? Just to attain some more props from strangers that don't got a clue what I've been aiming for. Seen where it was about to go. I said this before. The battle took a turn after Like That. On Like That, it was motherfuck the big three. It's just Big Me, which is a response to First Person Shooter. Love when they argue the hardest MC, is it K-Dot, is it Aubrey or me? The big three, like we started the league, but right now I feel like Muhammad Ali. These are bars about rap and who's the best rapper. Of course Kendrick had the I'm with two T's, snatching chains and burning tattoos line. I never took that serious. I never took that as a threat of violence. I guess if it was directed at me, maybe I would have felt different. But the way I view it, I listen to First Person Shooter. I listen to Like That. This battle is about who's the best rapper. To me, it's about who's the best rapper. Okay, cool. Let's engage. That sounds fun. The tone of the battle shifted, and it's just my perspective after Drake mentioned Whitney's name in push-ups. I'll be around some bodyguards like Whitney. And I told you, I was the first to tell you, you know what I'm saying? Those who watch the channel know I was the first to tell you that there was a conversation between Kendrick and Drake after the Whitney line, to keep it clean. Hey, keep the families out of it. But then it goes left. Family Matters has some nastiness to it, has some accusations about Kendrick and a love triangle with Dave Free and him abusing his girl. Nastiness to it, right? Meet the Grams has some nastiness to it. Like, you could go back and watch the video. I'm here like, yo, those are hard to listen to. This is heavy. This is going someplace else. The tone of the battle shifted. You know what I'm saying? It was no longer about who's the best rapper. So people, I see a lot of people in my mentions, a lot of Drake fans. Oh, he called him a pedophile. Like, you co-sign that? Like, bro, the whole shit got nasty. He called dude a wife beater. He said his best friend fathered his child. It's not even, it got nasty, bro. I could see not wanting to be a part of that. Cole says, I pulled the plug because I seen where that was about to go. They wanted blood. They wanted clicks to make their pockets grow. This is the type of stuff that feeds. Now it's no longer about bars, right? When stories of domestic abuse, love triangle, the pedophilia, the freaky sex shit. Look at Diddy. Then it starts to dominate headlines. Then you get all these other outlets who now all of a sudden are weighing in on what was supposed to be a rap battle that they normally maybe wouldn't care about or wouldn't be their expertise. Like, it's becoming something else. And again, this one is on media. It's on social media. It's on platforms. It's on streamers. Everybody's traffic was up during this battle. Everybody, Double XL, Genius, you name them. I don't know this for a fact, but I bet if you ask Joe Budden or Ian, they were getting listens and a spike in listens during that month because everybody wanted to hear what they pod had to say. I had just started my YouTube channel around this time. I graduated from I was making 90-second vertical videos on IG every day, on IG and Twitter. And then when this battle came, I was like, wow, I need more than 90 seconds to say what I'm going to say. I started doing full YouTube videos. I went from zero. I wasn't monetized then. I went from zero to making $5,000 during that month and a half during the battle, right? It's not a ton of money in the grand scheme of things. Like $5,000. I mean, shout, $5,000 is $5,000. I'm not looking down on $5,000, but it's not change your life money but I could see how money could be a motivation for other people. Like, oh, this becomes about clicks now. Okay, the more clicks I get, the more money I get. I just saw a video of Academic showing off his cars. And then he gets to his Maybach, and he said he bought the Maybach off of the month, or he had a good month when it was Kendrick versus Drake. I'll show you the clip right here.
This joint right here, I ain't gonna lie, I forgot which rapper's career I killed. Might have been Meek Mill. I don't know. Might have been covering some other kid. I don't know what I was doing, but I had a good couple of months on YouTube. Shout out to Kendrick, shout out to Drake. Come on. I had to get this card to celebrate success.
So they wanted blood, they wanted clicks to make their pockets grow. I can't speak for anybody else's intention, but it seems plausible, right? For me, I didn't care about, again, the 5Gs. Nothing that sneezes at. I'm not looking down on $5,000. The money wasn't important to me. I was just happy to see my platform grow. I was happy to see my community grow. I was happy to build a place where we could talk about music without the salaciousness. Obviously, we got to get into the topic at hand, so we got to talk about it, but we didn't dwell there. Like I feel like most of the conversations that we were having were truly about the music. And I try to come from an unbiased place. I am in media, so I'm absolutely going to talk about the biggest rap battle that there is, that we've ever seen. But I always try to be responsible with my platform. And that's just me. Yes, we're in it to make money. Yes, I want to make money. Yes, I want this thing to be self-sustainable. Yes, I want this thing to be a business. But not at the risk of selling out the culture, you feel me? And everybody who has their platform has to be honest about what they in it for. Like, I can't put that on you. But what I'm saying is, and why I showed that academics video, is just to show the heights, the amount of money that people were making during this battle. So Cole don't seem so crazy when he says they wanted blood, they wanted clicks to make their pocket grow. It's all plausible. They see this fire in my pen, they think I'm dodging smoke. I wouldn't have lost the battle, dog. I would have lost the bro. I would have gained the foe, all for what? Just to attain some more props from strangers that don't got a clue what I'm aiming for. I would have lost the bro. We know how much Cole values his friendship with Dot. There were phone calls between the both of them too. Like during this, after like that, Cole and Kendrick spoke. And a few days after 7-minute drill, like after that, the Dreamville, when Cole bows out, Cole and Kendrick spoke. I was told this. I got this information. I know this to be true. There's a friendship there. And then Cole says, since the age of 14, Jermaine is no king. Again, going back to the first verse. He keeps going back to the first verse to remind you, even props from strangers that don't got a clue what I've been aiming for. He kind of tells you in the first verse, the origin story of why he started rapping. But he says, since the age of 14, Jermaine is no king. If that means I got to dig up dirt and pay the whole team of algorithm botanists just to sway the whole thing on social media, competing for your favorable memes, to be considered the best, live and rest, the way to both things. I understand the thirst of being first that made them both swing, protected legacy, so lines got crossed, perhaps regrettably. My friends went to war. I walked away with all their blood on me. Now someone discredit me, try and wipe away my pedigree, but please find the news out here that's rapping so incredibly. Since the age of 14 goes back to verse 1. And this is what battling is in rap in 2024. I'm not talking about Smack or the URL or those type of battle rappers. I'm talking about guys who battle on records. This is what it is in 2024. Digging up dirt, paying the team, paying the bots to sway the whole thing, or social media competing for your favorable memes. I've been talking about these bots a lot. Man, especially on Twitter, especially on X, it got so nasty. One guy in the battle was accused of using bots, right? Let's be real, let's be honest. Kendrick was accused of using bots to increase the streams on Not Like Us. I haven't necessarily seen proof of that. I think Act did an interview with one of the bot streaming guys. I don't know. I haven't seen proof of it. What I do know is Not Like Us is a legit hit. It is not fueled by bots. I hear it when I go outside. I hear it coming from other cars. It plays on the radio all the time. DJs play it when we go outside and in the club and in the party. Everybody is speaking to me about this record. I go home and speak to my mom, and she's like, "Yo, what's up with that Kendrick record?" My dad asked me about it. Everywhere you go, everybody wants to know about the record. Not Like Us is happening in real life. Like, let's be honest. So I haven't seen proof of the bots necessarily. I have seen proof, like you go outside and you feel the temperature. Not Like Us is a legit hit record. But I tell you this, and this isn't me picking a side. I'm just going off of my experience. But you go on Twitter, you go on X. I post topics that have nothing to do with Drake. Yesterday I posted about Diddy. Didn't mention Drake one time. It had nothing to do with Drake. The post had nothing to do with Drake. It was an extension of the video that I posted on YouTube about the media coverage around Diddy being nasty. And I did a short version. When I do my short versions that I post on social media, I film a whole separate video. I don't do cut downs. I film a whole separate video for that 90 seconds. Didn't mention Drake not once. And then I had all these pro Drake OVO bots in my mentions trying to sway the topic from Diddy to Drake, like trying to bait me into a debate about Drake when the conversation wasn't even about Drake. One guy is accused of using bots, and then I see on social media bots from the other guy. I see Drake, pro Drake bots. I don't know who's programming it. I really don't know, but I know what I feel like, and that's just my experience. Regardless of it all, right? The point is actually this. The point is, it's fucking corny. I love speaking hip hop with y'all. Y'all know it. I be in the comments, man. If you have something smart, intelligent, insightful, constructive to say, you know I'm responding to y'all. Like, y'all know that. The bots, the stand, the accounts who only identify with one artist. When you go on an account and you can see the whole timeline is just one artist. It's fucking corny. Y'all are fucking corny. Like one is bots, so it's whatever. So whoever's programming the bot, y'all are fucking corny. It is whack. Like, I don't want to fuck with y'all. I don't want to interact with y'all. We talking about culture. We talking about real shit that we live, breathe, and love. I do not want to fucking interact with y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like just because you good on the internet, just because you know how to program some shit, don't make you hip hop, man. This shit is corny as fuck, and that goes across the board for any fan base. So I get it. I get. And this ain't defending Cole, but I get digging up dirt and pay the whole team for algorithm bots to sway the whole thing. Yeah. Who wants that? Like, then the best rhymes don't matter. It's like, oh, well, who could do the best campaign, best social media campaign, and that's who wins the battle. It's fucking corny. He says, my dog texted me. I share the words he said to me. If you refuse to shoot the gun, don't mean the gun ain't deadly. I guess in that metaphor, hypothetically, the gun is me. I text him back and said, guess a gun ain't what I'm trying to be. They stripped me of my spot and now I'm finally free. They stripped me of my spot and now I'm finally free. So kind of sounds like Cole is saying that there's no pressure no more. If he's in this battle, there's no pressure to be number one. Now he could complete his mission. Now, what I will say is this, and we have to hold Cole accountable. What a lot of people say is they don't want to hear him rapping about how he's the best anymore. He's the GOAT. If you bowed out of the battle and you didn't want to compete. I get that. I still like the bars, so I ain't tripping, but I get how people could see that. They stripped me of my spot, now I'm finally free. But also, is it that Cole, you have to ask yourself some questions, and I don't have the answers. Does Cole not want to battle at all? Or did Cole just not want to take part of this battle? And another question that we have to ask ourselves, first of all, hip hop was built on competition. Absolutely was. There's no doubt about it. But how important is that competition? If you don't want to compete, can you still be an elite MC? These are questions that we have to ask ourselves. And he goes on, he says, they say I'm picking sides. Hey, don't you lie on me, my nigga. They start another war. Hey, Drake, you'll always be my nigga. I ain't ashamed to say you did a lot for me, my. This is how we know the song is new, because there was recently a narrative, and I hate that word narrative, that Cole was collaborating with all of Drake's ops, right? Like Rocky, Future, Daylight, who's cool with that. But Daylight also got a relationship with Drake, too, for the record. Maybe they're less cool now. I don't know. Rory and Mal addressed it on their podcast. Again, I saw social media addressing it. And, you know, there were hints of another battle brewing between Drake and Cole. There was also Drake's plot twist burner account where he posted that meme of J. Cole where the person, y'all remember the person told the story and was like, oh, J. Cole lost his phone and I saw Jay-Z's number, so I tried to dial Jay-Z from J. Cole's phone and Jay didn't pick up. And then I picked up my own phone and I dialed Jay-Z's number from a number he didn't recognize and he picked up. So, like, shit like that, right? So that Drake burner account absolutely posted that. So, you know, but so there was hints of another battle brewing between Drake and Cole. Cole sets the record straight. Drake is my guy too. I ain't ashamed to say it. And he says, fuck all the narratives. Tapping back into your magic pen is what's imperative. Reminding these folks why we do it. It's not for beefing. It's for speaking our thoughts, pushing ourselves, reaching the charts, reaching your minds, deep in your heart, screaming to find emotions to touch, something inside to open you up. Hope you cope with the rough times and shit. I'm sending love because we ain't promised shit. This feels like, again, him talking to Drake. How do you get back? Fuck all the narratives. Tapping back into your magic pen is what's imperative. But also sounding like he's talking to himself, right? Like, okay, how do I get past this? How do I move on? I'm going back into my pen. I'm going back into what I got in this for. I'm going back to my origins. This battle, this situation doesn't define me. And I've been saying that too. I said that right after about Drake. Where does Drake go from here? Drake lost. He took a L. It's over. It's done. How do you get back? Man, you tap into that shit that made people love you. You tap into the reason why you was doing this. That's why I thought the 100 gig stuff was so good. A lot of people was like, oh, he's just trying to remind people why they fell in love with him. You goddamn right. Yeah, that's how you do it. If it got me as a fan, I'm looking at this shit and I'm seeing sessions from Nothing Was the Same and some of my favorite songs and shit like that. And I'm like, oh yeah, man. This is why I fucked with Drake. This why this music meant something to me. Like eventually we're gonna have to move on. You know what I'm saying? Eventually we're gonna have to get back to it. And that's everybody involved and the fans too. This will always be something we talk about and we look back on. And, you know, just amazing moment in hip hop history, just what happened here. But eventually we got to move on. We can't get stuck here, you know? So those are just my thoughts. Let me know, man. I feel like this went on for a minute. But these are just my thoughts. Like, subscribe, hit me in the comments. I ain't mad at Cole. This is what I was looking for. This is what I was expecting. I'm not surprised. This is what I was expecting. This is exactly how I was expecting Cole to handle it. But what do y'all think, man? Hit me in the comments, all right? Peace.